Welcome to the Ultimate Metal Show with your host, Brian Mandigo.
Hey, metalheads out there. We have a special guest group with us today. This is Divine Treachery out of Greensboro, North Cadillac-y. Gentlemen, how we doing today?
How's it going?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Glad to be here.
We were cutting up just a little bit ago about, the different things, and so we've already built up a decent rapport, huh?
I think we're all gunshot now.
Got a couple Budweisers in ya.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Goosey.
We're not sponsored by Budweiser, but we do like it.
Hit us up, though.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So anyways, we're going to start off the show and ask a bunch of questions to these gentlemen. First off, guys, why don't you introduce yourselves and tell us what you do in the band?
My name is Jimmy. I play guitar.
My name's Alan. I play drums.
And my name's Craig, and I play bass.
So what's up with the lead singer? How come he didn't come?
No lead singer, huh?
He talks enough anyway.
Yeah. You come to one of our shows, you'll hear him talk a lot, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You're really not missing much out of him.
If he were here, we would all just be sitting on the couch behind
Yeah,
us.
it's just him. Like, there would be four of us, but it's just him.
Well, he can. We are on YouTube, like I said before.
Oh, yeah.
Check us out, Statesvegas Radio on the YouTube channel. And I'm sure your singer, what's his name?
Oh, yeah.
again?
Dalton.
Can comment in
Oh,
all through the.
You see somebody talking shit on YouTube about it, it's probably Dalton.
We got like 1,000 comments.
Yeah.
Just Dalton.
But we love Dalton.
Yeah,
we love
picking
Dalton.
on
That's my boy, man.
All right, from here on out, anytime somebody says Dalton, we got to drink.
Hey.
All right. You just said it.
Yeah.
Drink time.
Hey.
There we go, Dalton.
There you go again. You said it again.
Fuck.
I don't think his beers are big enough.
No.
I know. We got to. So don't say his name for another 5 minutes, okay?
That singer guy.
Yeah, the singer.
The singer.
All right. So, guys, you guys are out of Greensboro, North
Yes.
Cadillac-y, right?
Right.
So what's the scene like in Greensboro?
It's pretty good, man. Greensboro's always had a really good scene as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we've always had a good mix of rock and metal, punk bands, rap artists.
Yeah,
I mean, Greensboro's just always been, pumping. So, and it's still going.
Yep.
Well, it is pretty centrally located, you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
you got Raleigh on one side, Winston-Salem on the other side.
An hour away from all major cities.
Sure.
pretty much,
Absolutely.
at least, yeah.
Yeah.
85, and then shoot
Yep.
right up to Virginia, and 40,
And really, that's kind of enabled us to really meet a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
from those scenes,
sure.
because we are located in such a really good place.
That's awesome.
So,
So, who are some of the bands that we should hit up in Greensboro besides, obviously, Divine Treachery?
Let's see. Greensboro. What's his band?
oh, Unhinged?
Yeah, Unhinged. They're really fucking good. We all practice at a storage unit over off of a major road, and like we call it Bandland because for 10 years or something, it's always been slap full of with bands, and it's 24 hours and everything like that. So there's a lot of really cool bands that we practice with and get to mingle with and hang out with on a weekly basis.
Nice. Now, there's some bands out there that I've listened to and I've heard that really, actually, who is it? Heaven forbid, they're kind of out of the green.
We just
Tommy,
played with
yeah,
those
Tommy's
guys.
band,
Yeah, we
yeah.
just played with
Yeah.
those guys.
Yeah, Tommy's been around for a long time.
Yes.
He's cool,
I
dude.
mean, a
man.
long
He's real
time,
cool.
just
Yeah.
like us, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, old school, you still doing it?
Yeah.
How long
Yeah,
you
my
been-
old band's played with his old
And I
bands.
was like, but I've got eviler.
How long you guys been playing together?
Together for
Divine Treachery kind of started in 16.
yeah.
It was
yeah.
2016. And it really just kind of started with me and Alan. He begged to come and play with me. Come and play with me. I'm playing drums. Come play guitar with me. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not playing anymore. I'm done. Finally, he hit me at the right day because he knew if he got me out one time that he would
Pulled a
seal the
Godfather
deal.
on him.
And because he knows how I am, he knows I had songs written. He's like, just bring what you got. I'll play what you want me to play. I'll play what you want me to play. Of course, it worked out. I went and played one time, and then before we got ready to leave, he's like, so we're making this weekly thing. Divine Treachery was not necessarily born, but it was. We kind of kept going for a while, and search these guys out. But ultimately, 2016 is kind of where it started.
So it's the original 4 guys, right?
Well, we had another singer for a little while, but we never played out with him.
So we had another singer,
Well,
another guitar player.
Actually, you know, it might have been 2015.
Oh no, yeah, no, it was cool. He's the first singer that he's talking about is a really cool friend of ours, and he's been in a couple bands around the Greensboro area the last 3 years. I don't know if you guys know him, Procedural Memory. They played a few shows around Greensboro. They're really, really heavy, really good, like kind of tech death metal stuff, you know.
So it was a good split. Right?
It was a good, he even still, he practices, he comes to our practices sometimes because he jams with a couple other people at Bandland, like I said earlier, so it's,
So it's not Dalton.
You didn't want his beard to get warm.
Yes.
So, am I mistaken? But you had another guitar, so you did go 2 guitars at one time. Yeah.
Actually, we did. We we first narrowed it down. It was 4 for a while, and then we searched and searched and searched. Found a guy. He was awesome. He was a great person. We got along with him. His ability playing guitar was great. I mean, played. Actually, practiced with him for a while, got ready to play our first show, and right after we were like, hey, you want to be a part of the band, like the very next week, he was like, dude, my wife's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And see, I'm
ran into that before.
Yeah, I'm 46. I've had a child, so I know that first year is like you need to be,
Right.
you need to. So we kind of like, sat down and talked with them, and just on a friendship level, not even as a band, just on a friendship level, because
first.
and we love the dude, man. We still love the dude. As a matter of fact, I just talked to him yesterday.
Nice.
And he plays guitar. He still plays guitar. I think he's trying to get back into playing with people.
Jared Cross.
But yes, Jared Cross. But anyway, he played 3 shows with us. Yeah, he played 3 shows with us, man. It was great. Once he stepped down, I was like, you know what? I'm ready to leave it just like this. It works for us.
Well,
you know.
Something I listen to you guys' music, and I'm like, I hear that old school thrash change up here. You know what I mean? But it's fresh. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's old school. From the old school, but hey, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Oh, yeah.
But dude, I listen to the guitars and everything, and I'm like, oh. God damn.
Right on.
Well, that's what I do at every practice.
If you look at
gives me shivers.
Dalton.
Let me guess. It's too loud.
Dalton.
My big itty bad.
Yep, had to throw one out for him. But no, when someone asks me, what is your band sound, or what do you categorize yourself? I just say thrash mixed with a tinge of death metal and what do they call it? New wave of American heavy metal.
Yeah.
So,
which I dig. You know what I mean? The all the new metal that's out there. I couldn't tell you half the bands because there's so many of them.
Sure,
for sure.
It's super saturated.
I'm like, oh damn, yeah. It's like.
Yeah.
3-word
name.
But something, I think it really boils down to the actual root sound that you have. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to invent the wheel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody's trying to scream the best and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? And believe me, I get it. You know what I mean? Being in a metal band myself, you know what I mean? I'm not a great screamer. I'm not a great singer. I don't know. I'm just there. But
oh, come on now.
I don't know about that.
But when I hear that old school sound, you know what I mean? It's just like, yes. You know what I mean? These guys, you've heard of Thunder.
We played with those guys. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, I'm telling you what. It's just like, okay. Myself personally, I consider what they consider 4-piece, 3-piece and a singer, 4-piece. I still consider a 3-piece. Singer doesn't count.
Dalton.
Love you, buddy.
Yeah, we love you, Dalton. Once again. This is the most Budweiser I've had in forever.
Yeah. I gotta drive, man.
But Thundering Herd, man, I'll tell you what, they're three-piece there, and then of course Mark on the vocals playing drums,
and they sound so thick.
Oh,
like when you hear them live, they're really, really thick.
Yeah.
And wall of sound.
Yeah.
For
a three-piece.
Yeah, I love it when bands can pull that off. Like, you know, sometimes it just feels like it's missing something.
Right.
And other bands, it's just like smacking you in the face the whole time. Like everything's there. It's so awesome. I love
Absolutely.
three-piece bands.
And you guys do the same. You know what I mean?
Well, we try to. I mean, even when I write my guitar riffs, there's always a second riff there, but it's like so like minute. It's just little things, you know, and because I try to keep it to where when I come up with something, there's not going to be a second guitar there, so I don't want it to sound so different when we sit down and play it that you're like, it's not even the same thing. So I try to keep that in mind, but you know, and I try to figure out ways to like fill it up a little bit. But when you have a great bass player and a drummer, you know, it fills up.
I see him. He's like hair everywhere. He's like, yeah. I'm like, who's that dude?
It's not this guy.
Man, he looks like somebody I know.
I have long hair just to hide my face during shows.
And it works because about every other picture we get, all you see is Craig's hair just flying.
I'll take it.
Hell yeah. In fact, you know, at times, you know, you kind of look like my brother Billy in Black Demise when he's sitting there thrashing his you know what I mean?
Hey, I'll take it.
He's
long hair rockers, man. We need more of them. I don't like looking at statues on stage, man. I like looking at people who enjoy the music they play on stage.
Damn,
and that's all I try to do, man. I just like the music we play and have fun playing it. So
how'd you guys meet?
Years ago, actually. It was with, he played with Jimmy and Alan used to be in the band Horvex, and we played me and Dalton's band, Hexus. We played together back, it was,
it's been like 5 years ago or so. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, and like that was the first time we ever met each other. And then, like, we'd see each other in, like, passing or at shows or everything here out. And it was around the same time when Divine Treachery started jamming and everything. Dalton started coming out and everything.
Hell yeah.
And then he dragged me out because we were still doing Hexus. And Alan, we got to play drums for us for a little bit for the last little, couple shows that we did. It was, like, 5-6 months or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we started, I officially joined Divine Treachery as the guitarist at first, yes, because we had already had a bass player. Yep, Crow, shout out to Crow, love him.
Yeah, we love you, Crow.
And he had some, that's the call every time. Every time we want to see him, we just call at him. He walks on down.
If you need an amazing musician on any front, just call Crow.
He's all over the place with his music and everything. But, me and him started showing up to their practice and everything. And, like, just as a fan of the music, I was like, I'll come over here and hang out and just listen to y'all play and everything. Well, like, we need a second guitarist. And, like, I was a bass player. I love playing bass, but I was like, that's something different. I get to play guitar. And then, the bass player stepped down. And I was like, all right, I want to play bass. Just let me do it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I love bass. To be honest with you, when I listen to metal, I listen to the bass line first. Yeah. I really do. You know what I mean? The kick and the bass line and the floor tom. I don't know. That's just me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's old school. Speaking of old school, Jimmy over here. So he's probably turned you guys on to a little bit of not to say that you guys are much younger.
But they're much younger.
Yeah,
they're much younger. At least by about 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years.
I just colored this green this morning just because salt and pepper's in,
But sometimes, what I see out there in the scene is some of us older guys still plugging away, doing it pretty much for fun. But, you never know, if you can make a few bucks doing it, then God bless you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But, you have a lot of these young kids out there, and they're out there like, wow, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And then they look at us old guys going, hey, why don't you freaking just die?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, and I'm like, you know something, I'll squash you, you little man.
Nice.
Dalton. Not you, Dalton.
He said it twice, Greg.
I'm out, bro. Beer's already done. Beer's done.
I've been taking little sips to make it last.
Don't make me have to jet out to the car.
Jeez.
Make it head.
Okay, what's some of you guys' favorite venues? We'll do this, and then we'll run into one of your guys' tunes. How's that?
Right on.
Cool.
Throw some venues at me that you know you guys.
Shiners in Greensboro.
Yeah,
We love the Milestone, Ground Zero.
And always,
I love Ground Zero.
Nick is the man. I'll tell you what.
Somewhere Else Tavern. That's always been a good place for us to play.
It's been around forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just the staple of Greensboro right there.
I'll tell you what, we played the Orange Peel this past year, and we had never been up there. They really treated all the bands like gold, man. It was a great place. That was a really nice opportunity for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys need to get down to the Firmament too, down in Greenville.
Yes, we haven't been there.
We played Greenville for the first time a couple
Radio
like 2
Room.
months ago. Yeah, the Radio Room.
The Radio
like 2
Room,
months ago. And that was the first time we ever played in Greenville.
Sure.
It was awesome.
Very, very, very receptive area of metal. You know, same thing with Spartanburg. You know what I mean? They're really close together, and you know that area of South Carolina always. And you get down there towards Charleston. It's a nice area of metal down there as well.
We haven't gotten down that far yet, so maybe next year. Yeah. So we're
for sure
bringing a beach towel and.
Stay away from hurricane season.
Yeah. No kidding. So without any further ado, what song are we going to listen to now by Divine Treachery?
Travesty.
Travesty.
You guys want to tell us anything about the song? Is there any kind of just kick ass?
It's I guess anytime we ever play it live, we get usually two things. It sounds like Slayer mixed with Lamb of God, and I get it. I mean, those are influences for all of us in our band. So I mean, it's natural that those things come out.
At first, I thought you were going to say Slayer mixed with Venom.
I
was like, what?
I didn't listen to the same tracks, man.
All right, well, let's play it. Here we go. We got Travesty by Divine Treachery. All right. That was Travesty by Divine Treachery.
I loved it. Good stuff.
Right on.
We recorded that ourselves, actually.
Yeah.
All the songs that y'all play today, we just recorded them all ourselves for like a little demo just to hand out to everybody. Just get some music out there.
Mix is great.
Yeah, sounds good.
You know what I mean? I mean, dude, it's right there. You know,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Well, in the next month or so, we'll have a single we're going to release, and then we're actually going in to record an album in October.
Nice.
So sometime in 2019, be looking for that.
So you guys are just going to take right the hell off, aren't you?
Man,
Pretty much.
Trying to, man.
I'm telling you what, you
Trying
know.
to fire on all cylinders.
Year two, we gotta do something.
Yes, sir.
Well, you know, I found in past bands that, you know, if you can make it past that 2-year hump, so to speak, they say a relationship with a woman 7 years. If you can make it past 7 years, then you're good to go.
Right.
But with bands, it's 2 years before everybody just starts, you know.
Something will fall
Bringing
off.
each other's name.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, sometimes even after that, people do lose interest and find other things they like and blah 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 blah.
Oh, yeah.
But generally speaking, after 2 years, that's when, you know, everybody's right in the mix together. They know each other. They know the changes. They know
That core is there.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, what's going to stay
Yeah.
there. That
Chemistry,
core.
yeah, chemistry between everybody.
absolutely.
Sure.
And hopefully, you don't have to change anybody up, because then it's like, oh god damn, got to get
Yeah.
to know this song, bitch.
Yeah.
You know, but out of all music, and I asked the guys from Annabelle Lee this last show that they were here, I'm going to ask you guys the same thing. Out of all the music that's out there, okay, you know, you can play blues, jazz, rap, top 40, you know what I mean? You can join a tribute band or a cover band and actually make a few bucks, you know what I mean? But what is it? Why do you play metal? Because you know damn well that, you know,
Yeah, it doesn't make
Because
money.
you love it.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't do it for the money. If you
Yeah.
do it for the money, get the hell out of here.
I work my job to
Yeah,
help me
I
pay
mean-
for me to play metal.
Yeah, not
I mean-
everybody gets as lucky as the Slayers and Lamb of
Yeah,
Gods.
no.
I mean, you got to have something extra special. So
Yeah.
you play metal because you fucking love it.
That's right.
So
Just grew up listening to it, and I love all types of music. Hell, I probably listen to rap majority of the time. I do more metal, but I mean, it's just the music I grew up on and the type of music I've always wanted to play. When I got, you know, to that the ability to be able to play that stuff, and now that I can, I was like, there's really no other type of music that I'd rather play live or write music for.
if you get to talk to us, like you will quickly learn how diverse we are, like musically, and
Right.
you know, Dalton.
I don't have one.
Dalton and I, are probably a little more into like country and old school country than the rest of the bands are. And like me, like I'll even listen to new country and I get hated on for that a lot. But for me, it's like I don't really care what kind of music it is. For me, like if I feel like it's a good song or something that's catchy, fuck it, I'll put Kelly Clarkson on. I don't care. So I like it.
So do you consider I'm gonna miss her new country when I get home?
No. But I mean,
I love that song.
And actually, yeah, I know, right?
About 40 of them, right?
A whole lot of them.
There's about 40 songs you just named out right there.
Yes, yep. And they made millions, all of them. Yeah. But no, I mean, we're pretty diverse. I mean, just as far as what we listen to and what we play. Like I sit at home and play my acoustic probably as much as I do my electric and try to sing country.
Right.
I mean,
that's awesome. And it still boggles my mind that people have that metal music community attitude. Some people, they get into music, they learn their instruments, they master their instruments, their vocals, whatever the case may be, their drums. And then they're like, I'm tired of this shit. I need to make some bucks. I need to get some recognition. So instantly, here they go. Boom, tss, boom, tss, boom, tss, boom. You know what I mean? And they're making money. You know what I mean? And I'm not knocking session musicians. I'm not knocking country musicians. I'm not knocking,
Right, oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Even like cover bands, those guys make pretty decent money.
Yeah. I made more money in a Judas Priest tribute band.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I had so much fun, People are like, ah! I'm like, yeah!
Sure, yes.
But, as you get older, I've seen a lot of older metalheads, they've kind of gone wayside, and you know what I mean? They're like, I've retired. And there's been a few times I've thought about it myself. I'm like, I just want to go fishing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that metal brings you in. You know what I mean? It just gets in your soul.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean?
said, I walked away for 2 years. And this fool brought me back.
Yeah. That first top E chug.
He's like, just plug it in and turn it up.
Are you down picking?
Sounds great. Let's go.
The tone right for 30 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what do you guys think about the scene that we have nowadays? Because it has changed. I mean, I've lived in North Carolina for over 30 years, and it seems like every 5 years the bands change and the scene changes.
It kind of does.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
So what? And some of the guys back in the scene way back, they've gone on to do fantastic things. And then everybody else just kind of like, I'm watching Netflix, motherfucker.
Yeah, right. Sure.
But
Netflix and chill.
Yeah, So, brain fart.
The old school scene, yeah.
Yeah. So, what I'm looking at here is I'm thinking, what do you define success as? Do you define it as, playing to your best ability, playing what you love playing and being able to play and juggle the family life, the work life, the every life, you know what I mean? And especially in today's world, they say every time a Republican's in office, that metal just goes crazy, you know what I mean? So I'm really hoping we keep this trend, you know what I mean? Because, but, so what do you guys define success as?
I don't really even think success is having millions of dollars. You could just be some average Joe off a corner just doing what he loves You know, every Saturday you can work a shit part-time job for 30 years, but if you get to play that show for 10 to 15 people, it doesn't even 5 people.
Yeah, as long as they come there and they like it and they love it, then I'm just like,
make music that people actually like and
as long as they're legitimately liking your music, not there because they're your friend or your buddy. If they there because they support your music and they love your music, then that's why I like it. Because somebody's like,
success.
Dude, that song.
You can write a song or play a set, a live set, and have people come up to you after and be like, I love this song, I love what y'all do, love how this looks, love how that sounds. That's a good day. That's successful for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, one person out there throwing the horn. I think
we've had it too.
Right on.
One person out there. All the bands and one random person.
That's more than I can do, you know.
You know, and you guys know it as well. You know, when you're on stage and you know that it's going, it's working. You know, you can feel it's clicking. You can feel it, and you look into people's eyes, and they have that different look in their eyes.
It's like they don't even want you to stop between your songs. They're like, just keep going, just keep going. You're like, dude, I've got to rest. I'm 46, man. And I don't even sing. I've just got to rest.
That's a fact. I'll tell you what. That's awesome.
And we get on to Dalton, because he doesn't say enough between songs, but hell, he's doing just as much as we are, jumping around and sucking wind. We're like, dude, you got to say some more. And he's like, I got to rest too.
It's like, dead air.
Yep.
I think of Pink Panther. How does that song go again? It goes, dead air. Gotta look out for that dead air. That's a crowd killer right out of the gate. Believe me, and sometimes, you know, like, if I'm up there, you know, sometimes I'll say the stupidest shit, too. You know what I mean? Well, hey, how's all you midgets out there doing tonight? You know, there's no midgets.
Nailed it.
One of these days you're going to say that and some dude's going to come running out behind the bar. One of these days you're going to say that and some dude's going to come running out behind the bar that's been standing there the whole time and be like,
we're going bowling.
You got to do the Spinal Tap thing. City you're in.
Damn.
See, you notice what happened just earlier. This is why we shouldn't Dalton while we radio.
Well, my Dalton juice is out.
Yeah.
No more Dalton juice.
It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, shit. All right, guys. I'm going to ask you one question before we go into another song. If there's something you can change besides, you know, if you wear Depends.
How does he know?
You know, hey, look, you know, it's like that. Remember that crazy chick that freaking drove from, like, she was with NASA and she drove all that distance wearing Depends so that she could, you know, mess up her, you know. She's like, can you imagine driving and go, I gotta get there. You know. My wife tells me that, you know, I'll be on stage and I'll probably be needing them soon enough, but that's why that came up.
Just so you don't have to run off stage between the songs.
Jimmy.
Don't you know why I keep the other bottle on the side of the stage?
Jimmy.
Piss in a bucket.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, but that's the strangest thing, because every time before we play, it never fails. It could be like 3 minutes before, I don't have to pee at all. As soon as I start the intro, I gotta go. I gotta go now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had a guy one time we jammed with, and he set his guitar down and walked off the stage.
No, literally. We got to,
I was like, what?
we got to the show, and like I literally had told Alan, like, as soon as I got there, I was like, dude, my stomach is not feeling right tonight. And he's like, man, go do it now. He's like, don't wait. And I was like, no, I can't do it in a public place, man. I just can't do it. And he's like, no, go do it now. So I didn't. And as soon as I put my cabinet on the stage, I dropped all of my equipment. I was like, and I just ran to the bathroom. I mean, it just literally, like,
Cheek clench, boy.
Yeah, it was all over with.
That's awesome.
Like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing ever.
Destroy the bathroom.
So that leads me back into
The depends question. I knew I was going to take it full circle.
Dope segue.
So, if there was something in today's world, whether it be metal, whether it be society, whether it be relationships, what would you change if you could?
Man, there's too much fucking stuff to change, dude. That's a hard question, man. We live in a sissy society. I mean, that's the only way I know how to put that is like everybody whines about everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
which people just wouldn't get offended by a lot of shit. Like, I mean, you don't really. I mean, something
triggered. See, right there, I'm mad.
Alan could say, yeah.
See, I'm
Alan
mad.
could say something that could completely offend me, but I'm not going to be like, "Hey, man, that made me," you know, yeah, like that's like I mean, I'm not going to sit here and cry about something that somebody said that one of my buddies said. I'm just going to go about my fucking day and live my life. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. It's, I mean, it's just words.
You're not going to lose sleep.
No, I mean, I don't know.
And actually, in times, laugh about it. It's like,
yeah, because I mean, it's fun. I don't know.
You know, and if they legalize the friendly fire, you know, a lot of people would be on a different plane and probably a whole lot less, but either way,
we're smiling and giggling.
Amen on that.
So.
You don't hear about too many people getting pissed off in Colorado.
No, not at all.
No, sir.
Hey, man, you hit my lawn. Here, hit this. Dude, I love you, dude. The lawn looks great.
Well, the cartels aren't liking it too much, but hey.
It's okay. It's all right.
So we're going to run into another Divine Treachery song here,
Awesome.
and this is called
Patterns.
Patterns. You guys want to talk about this at all?
I know this was kind of a special song for Dalton. Cheers.
How do you still have beer left? You need to take a small sip.
Because I've got my Depends on.
That's why it was brought up. I see.
All right. Patterns,
yeah, and I mean, I don't know.
I mean, me and Dalton, we grew up, and we've had a couple of buddies that we went to high school with, you know, unfortunately pass away from different things, you know, whether it be drug abuse, car accident, whatnot. But it seems like the older that me and him are getting, I read a quote. It was like, this generation's been to more friends' funerals than they have their weddings, and I mean, unfortunately, that's pretty true.
That is true.
But he wrote this around the same time that another one of our buddies passed away from an overdose. So it's kind of like that, just like the pain of, you know, going through that and then having people. I don't know.
Get right back into their patterns.
Yeah, well, you know,
back
that's
into
it, and you know, and it hits some people more than others. Some people, you know, like for us, for instance, you know, we have, you know, a moderation aspect in life. You know what I mean? You don't do too much of anything because it's not good for you.
Right.
But some people don't have that strength.
No.
And then, unfortunately, you know, this is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it could lead to anything. Like you could have a fucked up childhood, and you know, you could be born with different, you know, mental chemicals and all that. There's just so many things that lead to it. I mean, you can't really pinpoint it. I mean, it's just talking. Have somebody, if you know somebody that's going through anything dumb, just talk to them, or just be there for them. Tell them, hey man, if you ever need to talk about something, fucking my phone's always open. You know, come see me, whatnot. Whatever you got going on, we can, you know, we'll get through it.
Nice.
Yeah, we might look like douchebags or whatever, but I mean, really, dude, it really, if you know us, see us, or don't know us or whatever, man, we'll talk to anybody. We don't care. You know, we love to talk to people, and I don't care if you have a problem. You just need somebody to lay it on, like Craig said.
Nope.
You know,
that's right.
Everybody needs somebody, and not everybody has somebody.
No.
Right.
You know, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's where patterns kind of came from.
Like we use more patterns like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. Here we go. Patterns by Divine Treachery. All right. That was Patterns by Divine Treachery.
Divine Treachery.
Yes, sir.
Good googly moogly. That was
just rolls
badass.
off the tongue.
I'm telling you.
Where did you guys come up with that name?
There was like 100 million like name titles we threw out, most of which we probably couldn't say, out in public.
One of them wasn't Greasy Feces, was it?
Probably. Probably. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
And you
I don't mean that insulting by any stretch.
No. Oh no! Like when we get off the air, I'll show you a picture of our board, and we have a plethora of
joke names,
joke song titles. And what's funny is anybody that comes to our practice space, like we don't ever just go, "Hey, read those," but like most of the time they'll be there for like 15 minutes, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, please tell me that's a song! Please tell me that's a song!" And you're like, "No, we would offend so many people with that song."
Yeah.
But I'll show you the picture so you can get a gist of what we had. But now we've kind of threw out names like everybody else does forever, and I think picking a band name sucks.
Oh yeah,
It does.
I mean,
You guys do a good job, though. Like I said, it sounds cool. It's
Yeah.
metal.
So you like the DTs, like when you're going to
The
booth?
DTs.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, divine treachery. So it's like divine fucking.
Well, you have one brother of mine that's a big fan. That's Eric Woodrum.
Man, we love Eric.
Dude, such
Yes.
such a great freaking guitarist, such a good soul. And
I need a shred of his talent,
you know what I mean?
or should I say, I need some of his shred talent.
Well, I don't sell yourself short, brother.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Eric is
I'll
a
tell
beast,
you what.
man. I love that dude, and he always throws me the finger in the solo. I can always count on it. I don't care where I'm standing. He looks me out, and as soon as he plays the solo, he just throws me the bird, and I'm like, "Love you too, love you too."
It's a metalhead wave.
Yeah, it is pretty much.
You're number one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those guys. And Billy, I'm actually, getting off the beaten path. I'm actually very fortunate, with Eric and Billy, two just phenomenal guitarists, dude. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're both lead players and they go back and forth. And, I've always been a two guitar metal fan myself. And when you find that connection between two guitarists without the ego trip and,
Something
have
special.
two different sounds, two different styles. It is very special. But for bands like you guys where you have one guitarist and, it just shreds, you know what I mean? And the rhythm section just fills right in, you know what I mean? Just fills it up. It's very difficult, bro, to freaking do a three-piece and the bass player be able to fill it up, with the drums.
Dude, Dimebag had Rex. Rex always had that rhythm on lock when he was trying to do the solos.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And, of course, with, Pantera, you can hear some overdubs in some of the songs.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Which, hey, man, that's studio work, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when we do our album, there's going to be a definitive second guitar player, and when I go out to do something widdly, there's going to be something underneath there. Sure.
Right.
But
which leaves it up to you to freaking kind of overlay what he's doing and what you're doing, mix it up a little bit, which sometimes, it's like, okay, do I play the guitar part or do I play the bass part?
I'll be the first person to tell you I'm the worst guitar player in this band, and I'm the guy that plays guitar. Dude, every person in this band can outplay me 100 times on a guitar, on a bass, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, yes.
Get out.
Phenomenal guitar player, phenomenal bass player. He could play bass better than I can play guitar, and his guitar skills are the same.
Wow.
So, yeah. Dalton
Sorry.
is a great guitar player as well. Yeah, I mean, solo. So it's kind of funny. I play guitar in a band that I'm the worst guitar player in.
Wow.
That's kind of cool, though. It just kind of gives me something to shoot
We have
for.
something in common because
Yes.
because
Yes.
I'm the worst guitar player on, dude, bro.
I'm horrible.
I'm horrible. It's like,
Got
it.
Smoke on the water right over here, man.
But no, really, in turn, that's good for me because, like, I have 3 other people I can be like, look, help me beef up my game. Me and Alan sit down, here and there, and I'm like, dude, show me something. You need to help me out here. And he'll be like, all right, let's do it. And I'm like, okay, now slow it down for an old man.
yeah.
But no, I mean, really, it's really, I'm lucky like that because a lot of people don't have that.
Right.
They're kind of stuck to learn it themselves. Their bass guy only knows bass. Their drummer only knows drums. Singer half the time probably can't sing, much less play anything
I
else.
plead the fifth.
I've seen bands with spectacular guitarists, but together, they just don't click.
Yeah.
Don't mesh together.
Yeah. So
it's not always about technical ability.
No.
And then you have the guitarist to try to sound like somebody else. You know what I mean? I want to sound like George Lynch, or I want to sound like Eddie Van Halen, or I want to sound like Jimmy Page, or I want to sound like, you know what I mean? And it's like, just
sound like yourself.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like anybody. Unfortunately, I sound like a whole lot of people, but that's because you can tell what I'm listening to or what I listen to.
Right.
But my goal is to sound like me. You know, I want people to be like, "Did you hear that riff? That sounds like Jimmy. Did you hear that? Sounds like a Jimmy riff."
Nice.
You know, I don't want to be like, "Did you hear Jimmy? It sounds like a Dimebag riff," or "That sounds like, you know, such and such." You know, I want them to be like, "That sounds like a Jimmy riff."
Yeah. And they do sound like Jimmy riffs.
Yeah.
And Jimmy is just all right with me.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I knew as I was corresponding with you on Facebook Messenger, I was like, you know something, I like this guy. You know what I mean? He's just for real. And I like you guys' music. Well, I love
Appreciate
you guys.
that,
love
man.
you guys' music. And, you know, I can't wait for the 28th because, you know, you guys...
Dude, that's going to be so much fun.
I'm telling you,
It's so much fun.
All killers.
And let me tell you something, the PA and the lights down at Apps and Taps, down on Lake Norman,
Apps and Taps.
at the pontoon, JD,
Yeah.
he's the man.
JD every show.
Jack Daniels? No.
Well, I'm just saying, at the door, they need to hand out an extra pair of shorts because we're opening the show and we're going to blow the shit off people.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
we're looking forward to that. So we get to party the rest of the night, man.
You know, with that lineup, you know, I'm sitting there going, oh, God, how do I set the lineup on this? They're all great bands.
And that's what's cool. It doesn't matter, man. We will light the setup every time, and we'll be glad to do it because the way we see it is we get to set the tone for the rest of the show.
Raise the bar.
It's not saying we can set it for everybody else, but we surely get that chance to.
That's right.
You know, and
get out in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the
yeah,
show.
we get to party the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So
Feel all the love from the fans.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I always loved going on early. You know what I mean? I'm like, really?
you mean I don't have to play at 12? Yes.
Yeah. I can have a few beers. You know what I mean?
You never get to see the band before you or after you because you're tearing down and setting up.
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
It's always a band you love.
Yeah.
Well, you know, unless you're a slack ass and freaking take your sweet ass time to not support other bands. Bro, I'm just kidding. Hey, drummers are the hardest working people in the band. You know that. That is
Most
no
bullshit
lie.
to drag around.
And you know their shit's the most expensive. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I'm so glad I'm
Sure,
not a
your
drummer.
fellow bandmates help you out.
Yeah, no, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, the faster I get up there, the faster they get us mic, the faster we can go on. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, and that's the thing is we've been in bands before, so it's not like we know what needs to be done.
Right.
We know how to get it done, and we're all like, look, we want to get it up, we want to be able to play, but then we want to get it down.
Right.
You know, we're ready to be done with it when we're done. You know,
Respect
so
the other
Get out of
bands
the way.
coming
Sure.
up.
try not to leave our stuff in the floor.
You
You
see
know,
bands
whatever.
get off stage and start shaking hands and kissing babies and like, get your
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
off
yeah.
stage.
We can do that 20.
Yeah.
Ass face, get your shit off stage.
Yep.
Anyways, on that note. So anyways, what we're doing, because we're kind of starting out with, you know, our metal shows and everything, and, you know, until we get a very large range of listeners and everything, and we go live, okay, which we definitely want to get you guys back, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll do a live show, you know what I mean, and we'll promote your new CD. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I was gonna say, you know, once we get the single done, or the CD, and or both, you know, we'd be glad to shoot. If you want to play it on the show, we would absolutely love it. You know?
Absolutely.
So, you know,
Which people have to download the app.
yes,
Statesvegas Radio.
yes.
For
It's
free.
very simple, for free.
And we will be spreading the word.
Available at the App Store or Google Play.
Yeah, I mean, it's so simple, isn't it?
Oh yeah, like I was telling them before, you see, he started, Brian started to explain it, and I'm like, dude, I opened it up, and like literally,
Instant
it doesn't.
music.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah,
You know?
you don't have to jump through hoops. You
No.
don't have to download some computer virus. You know what I mean?
You can look at the playlist and kind of see, what you're getting. It's like,
Right.
hey, this is what they played, such as, oh, that's a cool song. Oh, okay, that's right on.
Yeah.
We're going.
Now the format consistently changes during the day and during the week, just like any other radio station.
Yeah. We've
But,
got a pretty eclectic mix. It's all genres, so
That's awesome, though.
something
Absolutely.
for everybody on there. You just got to figure out when it is, but we try to promote that and let people know when they can hear what.
Now, we've had a few miscues here and there, like
Never let me
I ain't gonna let this go.
ultimate goal.
I seen the eye cut.
Julius went on vacation, which the man deserves a vacation. He's a hard working man.
Played Dolly Parton all weekend.
He went on vacation, and the metal show was supposed to be that Saturday or whatever Saturday night and everything. And I told everybody, hey, listen, you got to check this out. Hey, we downloaded your songs. It's going to be on the playlist. You need to check it out. Blah 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 blah. And it was
our Sunday morning gospel.
Yes.
5 hours of gospel. Which is a good mix, but, but what happened is I was on a cruise ship. No Wi-Fi, so I couldn't switch the channel on.
It's hard to get drunk on a Saturday night listening to gospel.
Hey, it's tough to get Wi-Fi in the Bahamas.
Yeah, right.
So
In the middle of the ocean.
Let's have a beer and listen to the old Rugged Cross. We got this.
It's on there, man. Sunday mornings.
So I text him a message. I'm like, ultimate gospel.
We'll check out like 5 days later.
Yes. That's awesome.
We had ultimate gospel for about a week.
It was straight up for a whole week, which was fine. I mean, I'm a God-fearing man. I don't have nothing wrong with that.
Might have got some subscribers.
Maybe you guys can do a metal version of the old Rugged Cross or something.
I'll blast it up right now.
So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do the pass it on with all the regional and local bands come in here for our interview. All right. And the last band that was here was Annabelle Lee.
Great
out of
guy.
Charlotte.
Yeah, we love Annabelle Lee.
Now, do you guys have some of their swag?
Yeah, we've got a couple things from them. But
Oh,
Yeah.
do you get their
I live
CD?
like 20 minutes from
I was gonna
Chad,
say,
so I hang out
We can
quite a
recycle
bit
them
with
into
him.
the next pot. Some
Yeah.
of the stuff.
Yeah, we don't mind passing stuff on. So if we've already got it, we don't mind passing on.
Take some
The
stickers.
next
So-
band will get double.
So
Oh yeah.
these guys got a magic bucket over here.
If you look under them,
I tell you what, we'll just show you what we have, but then we'll give you like size just so it's easy.
While he's going through that, I'll mention that we do have a YouTube channel, the Statesvegas Radio YouTube channel. Just search that. We don't have a lot of subscribers right now. We really need them, and we hope some of you Divine Treachery guys will subscribe for us, and we'll be putting more shows on there every week. And this one will be on there too, so you can check out the guys, you can check out the band, see what they look like.
Don't do that. I don't know if that's a good thing. I can, every time I can.
Video with the video off.
Yeah.
You know what? You'll get the
Well,
views.
hey, sometimes
Subscribe and get the views.
the thing about the YouTube channel is you can listen to the interview anytime.
Oh, yeah.
So you can go
Right.
on there, so you don't have to tune in. This show will be aired on Statesvegas Radio Saturday night at 8, and it'll be followed up by just a kick-ass playlist.
4
of
hours of
some of Mr.
metal.
Mandigo's favorite stuff. A lot of local guys too.
Yeah, the first hour is local and regional. I played a couple songs, nationals before that, but then, I follow up with Black Ritual, Skin Jacket, Redefined, Annabelle Lee,
all
you
people to play with.
guys, Heaven Forbid, Black Demise, and I do 2 songs from each band, you know what I mean? And I need to get more bands to submit their music. And who knows, maybe that 4 hours will be just filled up with local and regional music that people can sit there and listen to and jam to.
Yeah, I think that would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
We got some national stuff in there now, but so just kind of fill it.
Which, you can always, I love listening to regional local bands in between national bands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mix it up a little bit.
It's like, oh, these guys, and sometimes people are like, I don't know if that's a national, if that's a local.
Right. And then hopefully, we'll turn out some new people to some local metal that haven't, like me, I'm not on the singing too much, like Mr. Mandigo, I'm kind of a rookie when it comes to local metal singing, so I've enjoyed meeting you guys and the guys from Annabelle Lee. And
Right on.
Hopefully I'll catch a show real soon. So.
Absolutely.
Get you guys some more fans.
And we've got to give it up for Julius because he's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, I'll tell you what, it is a pleasure to come down here and be able to talk to you guys and to, kind of pick your brains a little bit, you know what I mean?
It's a lot
I
of
could
fun,
talk music
man.
for days, man. I'm a DJ, so I love everything. I love all kinds of music. I love talking to musicians. I like playing y'all's music because I can't play any myself.
Hey, you gotta have fans. Not everybody can play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyways, we're going to end the show, and we're going to end it with some Divine Treachery swag. Look at this. We got a beer koozie right there.
Statesvegas green going on
Yes,
there.
sir. I told you was gonna like
That
it.
green does look good. That black. I think I might have to.
Dude, I love that logo right there.
Extra swag bag.
I was looking at some green ones with black, but I kind of like the black
Plug
with
the
the green.
graphics, Jimmy. Plug the graphics.
So,
that money, though.
is that the skull of Heckle or Jekyll?
It's Hudjekyll. It's Hudjekyll.
Jekyll?
Hudjekyll.
Let me see. Let me check that out.
Oh, yeah. With the double axes and the crown, you know what I mean? I
Absolutely.
love that. I love that. Stickers are badass.
Got some stickers.
Look at that. Oh, yeah.
Single colors.
Oh yeah, no, we got more.
Whoever's
That's just for
whoever's
the
coming up
cabinet,
next
not
is
for
going to
y'all.
be
Y'all
very
get more
happy,
Right on.
you know?
Then we just have demos, which we'll throw in several of those, whatever.
Oh, yeah. That's the way to do
He
it
gave him
right
the
there.
pink one. He had to give him the pink
Now,
one.
of course,
It's the most metal thing ever.
To look you guys up.
Yeah, there's the shirt if you want to see the.
Yeah, there's the green. You like?
Oh, yeah, I like that green, man.
There's the front on that.
And if somebody wants to buy some
that's-
merch, do you guys do any online sales or just at the shows or?
We just did the PayPal stuff. I mean, we need to get on.
Yeah, we don't have it online yet, but it's coming.
Well, you're on Facebook, so they can send you a message on
Oh, yeah.
Facebook, maybe.
Yes.
and find
If
out
you
where
live in
you're
the
playing.
area, we'll get it to you.
Yeah.
Well, they can find out where you're playing, come out and get
Absolutely.
a shirt too, so.
And that's the best way because not only do you get to pick up some merch, but you get to hear the music live.
That's right,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
So-
that's what it's about.
Yes.
So I guess what? Dalton.
Cheers.
So whoever's next, whoever wants to come down here and join us and have a good time and talk metal and listen
Right
to your
on.
tunes, y'all get Divine Treachery.
We hope they
Yeah,
dig
and
that,
anybody out
man.
there listening, if they want to go to statesvegasradio.com, that's our website. There's contact. Just send us a message on there, or you can send us a message on Facebook if you guys know any bands that want a little promotion.
Throw your
You know,
cards
we'd
up.
love to have anybody, man.
Hey, which one are we putting on the wall?
How about want to beat you?
Hey,
Yeah, we'll get you plenty more stickers. We just pulled those out.
There you go.
Yeah, we've got plenty more stickers for you.
Wall's a
tell you
little
what.
bare right now. We
This will be like the swag pack for freaking the next band. You know what I mean? And if they haven't, I'm sure most likely they've already played with you guys. But if they haven't, they're in for a treat. You know?
Right on. We like to play with new bands, and that's one of the reasons we're looking forward because we never played with Black Demise. So, I mean,
Neither have I.
dude, it's gonna be such a cool show, man. Looking forward to that, man.
Absolutely.
The venue looks
Oh, you
Way
guys
cool.
love that place, man.
Dude,
the
the
light
light-
show's top
Dude,
world class.
you guys
World
get
class.
a videotape, the lights, the PA. I'm telling you what, right there's a music video you can edit in with your tunes. You know what I mean?
Right on.
It's one of those, yeah. And there should be a nice crowd there. You know what I mean?
that's awesome.
You know. So
And what day is that again for listeners?
28th Friday.
September 28th.
Friday night at Haps and Taps in Mooresville,
That's
right off
right.
of exit 36 off of 150.
150, just past
Everybody knows right.
Queen's Landing.
Queen's Landing, yeah.
Take a right after Queen's Landing. Next right there.
It's right on the water.
Yeah, it's right on the water. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
They got good food too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sweet.
So you can eat, drink, and rock out.
So before we leave, once again, we have Jimmy, guitarist. Craig, bass player.
I always forget the bass player.
And
Alan,
drums. And guys,
let's not forget
Dalton.
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 Yes. And Mr. Dalton, he's here in spirit.
Damn it, Dalton.
Hopefully we get Dalton in here next time.
Hey.
Right on, brother.
Hey, we appreciate you guys
absolutely.
coming out, and we appreciate you promoting the station. Saw through your Facebook post.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Hopefully this will be a beginning of a beautiful relationship between Statesvegas Radio and Divine Treachery.
Yes, sir.
I think so. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
download the app.
Yes.
It's free.
And
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
YouTube channel will be
Huge.
it'll be up tomorrow. You can watch it anytime. You can listen to it live on Statesvegas Radio Saturday night at 8.
If you can sync up the video to the, then you're a magician.
There you go. You've done something really well.
All right, guys.
So Saturday night, actually, you guys get to hear your songs played twice.
Yeah.
Because we're doing a live show.
Right.
You know, we're kind of live. And then immediately afterwards, within another 45 minutes, you guys are playing again.
Hey, we love it, man. That's awesome.
It'll probably sound a
That's
lot better
awesome.
in the playlist than it does on the show, but you get the idea.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's awesome. We are happy that you asked us to be here, and I mean, because every little bit, that we can get Divine Treachery out there, and this right here is just another stepping stone, and we really do appreciate
spread
it.
the gospel, my
Absolutely.
brother.
Take care of us and take care of you guys.
That's right. So without any further ado,
Feed, Breed, and Belittle by Divine Treachery. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. We appreciate it, and we'll see you again real soon.
and I will understand. No one